The same, it's not a hardware issue either, it's a game issue. Graphics. Number 5 is 1. I can't wait for the wallet system. That's how I can spend money on, so they can spend money on me. Okay. I'm back, it's just taking bits to load. Let's see how it looks in place. Now I did box of threads to 1. I can't do manual like they said. I do custom, not manual. So it's, if this fits it, then it's something wrong with the engine. My computer is crazily good.
Approach the highlighted tool dispenser unit next to you. Dispensers are elements, which are objects you can deploy in the world. For example, chairs, windows, plants or doors are all elements.
It's way better.
Some elements, like this dispenser, can be activated by pressing the Activate key while pointing at them. Activate the dispenser now.
What dispenser? Huh? At this?
Very good. The dispenser just gave you a new tool that is now stored in your inventory. The inventory contains everything you can carry around with you. Let's open it by pressing the inventory key.
Wow. It's like make organization. What are RAMs? IRDMS. Oh. That lets you be like, I want only this photo. Yeah, it's like a little bit laggy still, but it's way better. Organizations. So we could go like this. It has to be three levels. English. Ooh. I need 500,000 each, whatever H is. And what is an H?
The inventory is a central interface for managing everything you carry around with you.
Oh,
It contains
I got
items like
200,000
tools,
each.
materials, elements, or blueprints. For now, locate the repair tool that was just given to you, and simply drag and drop it into the free slot below. Well done. Note that the inventory does not have an infinite capacity, it is restricted in volume. Thanks to the nanopack technology, this volume is pretty huge.
Of course, it might
Still,
be
it is
because
better
this
to keep an eye on the
tutorial.
size of objects you
Maybe the
store.
tutorial area is
Now,
laggy.
close the inventory by pressing the close cross on the top right. Okay. We are now ready.
Oops. I'm trying to close this out. How that goes. Move to the elevator.
Elevators are connected together via up and down links. Stepping onto an elevator and pressing the crouch key or the jump key will allow you to transfer. Welcome to the main room.
Fun!
You can go back anytime by stepping on the same elevator and pressing the jump key to go up. In front
That's
of you is
fun.
a miniature reproduction of the Ark ship. You can perhaps see the real Ark ship through the windows in the distance. Let's try to also find it on your map. To open the map, press the map key.
Of course, map. Why ain't it
This is Alioth, the planet
this,
on which you currently stand. You can rotate the planet by clicking and dragging it with the mouse. You can also zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. Zoom in until you can clearly see the hexagonal tiling on the planet's surface. Each of these tiles is a territory you can claim. Tiles
Wow.
in red are already
Does that mean
claimed.
territories?
Tiles in purple are non-claimable, and mostly exist around the Ark ship. The Ark ship is represented by a small icon in the center of the purple tiles area.
Wow.
At any time, you can center onto your position on the map by pressing the center icon on the top left. Try it now. You can also create a waypoint anywhere on the surface of the planet. Waypoints are displayed in your HUD so that they are easy to track. To set a waypoint, simply right-click on a point on the map and select Set as Destination. Do this now. Very good. Next, the selector area here allows you to list your constructs, review bookmarks, and see any available warp beacons or other points of interest. In the lower right corner, you can
Dang,
find the
there's a
list
lot
of
of
current
stuff.
objectives in a tutorial, usually with hints on how to achieve them. Close the map to continue. Press the upper. You may have seen on the map that certain territory tiles are claimed. To claim a tile, you must deploy a territory unit on the ground. Let's have a look
I
at
guess
one.
talk about this.
As you can see, it's quite
Yep.
huge. Once a territory unit is deployed onto a tile, the tile belongs to you. This means that you can start to build constructs on it. You can decide who holds rights to dig the ground, and who can build next to you.
Oh wow.
Territory units are
That's
quite
cool.
expensive and will probably not be the first thing you deploy on Alioth. Instead, there is a simpler way for you to grab a piece of land. Let's discover this now. Follow the waypoint behind you, and take the elevator at the end of the room. This will take us to the observatory.
So like I can say like me and you are the only ones can access my territory and build next to each other. And no one else can do it. That's neat. Hello, player. So if I see, nothing happens but
Welcome to the
space.
observatory.
I go up.
From here, you should be able to see Alioth's moons in the sky. One of them is a very special moon, called a sanctuary moon. We will explain what that means, but first,
Oh yeah, like
let's
that.
try to locate it. Open the map again by pressing the map key. The map also contains a solar system view. Click on the System tab to open it. Here you can see all the planets currently accessible in the system. Select Alioth, the planet where you currently are located, by clicking on it. As you can see, Alioth has 3 moons. One of them looks
Oh,
a
wow.
bit like a twin of Alioth and is marked with a small shield icon. This is the Sanctuary Twin Moon, or the Twin for short. Select it by clicking on it. Excellent. Now, let's click the Set Destination button to get a visible waypoint in the 3D world, pointing to the good. Now, before we leave, let's have a look at the surface of this moon and find out why it's called the Sanctuary. Click on the View Planet button. This twin moon, just like Alioth, any other planet, is covered with tiles that you can claim.
Yeah,
The
like this
Sanctuary
white ones, I
moon is
guess
a
I
moon
can
where
claim
no combat
those.
will ever occur, as it is a safe zone. This means that a territory you claim will remain yours forever, and nobody can take your belongings or build anything there without your consent.
That's
This is a great
cool.
way to create a safe haven to store your valuables and build your home. You can claim only 1 tile on a sanctuary moon, and you will need a special sanctuary territory unit for that purpose. You already have 1 in your inventory, so don't worry. Close
That's
the map
cool.
window. Notice how the sanctuary twin moon is now identified by the waypoint in the sky. There is a shuttle service, which you will see later, that can bring you there. Okay, let's get back to the rest of the tutorial. Head down via the nearby elevator. Now is the time to present the key pillar activities that are available for Novians. Each will be presented here quickly, and you will be able to discover more about them via the institutes and their dedicated tutorials later.
Ooh, what
Follow
are
the waypoint
these?
to the mining station first.
Marketplace. Whatever that's supposed to be. Weird. Okay, various chairs and stuff you can mine. What's a galaxy map? Let's like one of the finals. That's cool.
Mining is how you acquire raw materials, if you don't simply buy them on the markets. Raw materials are located either on the planet's surface, or they can be buried kilometers deep underground. Surface materials have a low value, while more valuable materials, from Tier 1 to Tier 5, are found underground. The surface mining activity is performed using the Harvest tool, highlighted in the toolbar below. With the tool equipped, you collect harvestable surface or by targeting them and then clicking. Press the quick access, usually the first in the toolbar. Great. Unfortunately, there are no surface harvestable ores here. To practice, you can access the dedicated tutorial in the Mining Institute. To continue, unequip this tool by pressing the same quick access key as before. To mine deep underground, first you use the scanner tool highlighted here, which finds available ores in a large radius. Once in close range, the directional detector will help you pinpoint the location of the material. Finally, the highlighted mining tool is used to collect the found material. You'll learn more about these tools in the interactive mining tutorial, located inside the Mining Institute. Now, let's
That's
talk about
cool.
the markets. Approach the waypoint. Markets are an essential part of Novian life. This is where you can sell the materials you mine or create, but also buy anything that you might need. Markets are physically located in the world. They are accessible either via market pod units, like the one in front of you, or via the integrated nanomarket interface. The nanomarket interface allows you to browse markets at a distance, but cannot help you to deposit or recover items that are traded. For that, you will need to directly interact with a market pod. Let's have a quick look at the nanomarket interface. To open it, press the nanomarket key.
I mean, nanomarket market. I don't know the nano market interface key. He did not tell me what it was. What's this? Oh, that might just be showing you how you can do the automations. What do I do? I don't know how you do this. Let's see, am I pressing my button at least? J.
You can search for an item that you would like to trade by using these search boxes. Nitron is a fuel you will often use and frequently buy. Type nitron in the search box to see the nitron markets. Here are the market orders for nitron. These are all the intentions to buy or sell nitron by other Novians on various markets in the solar system. You can pick the cheapest or the nearest offer, depending on your priorities. You can create your own buy or sell orders, or let the system pick the best offer for you. We will look into this at the end of this tutorial, when we will buy nitron for your speeder vehicle. For now, let's close the nanomarket interface and continue our visit. Okay. Let's now have a look at another important activity, industry. Go to the industry station, just a few meters to the left. In front of you is an assembly line, one of the many industry unit elements available. These include chemical reactors, glass furnaces, refineries, or smelters. Each industry unit type specializes in certain types of recipes. The assembly line takes ingredients from an entry container, like the one here on the left, and then runs a recipe to craft elements. The elements are stored in the exit container, as seen here on the right, that can be chained as an entry container for another industry unit. The recipes are selected using the industry unit interface. You can learn about that in the dedicated industry tutorial, found at the Industry Institute.
Even that's
Thankfully,
like space engineers.
Entry-level recipes for simple products can be run without an industry unit. For that, you can use your integrated nanocrafter. First, let's get some ingredients we will need from the nearby dispenser. Approach the dispenser. Excellent. Now, let's open the nanocrafter by pressing the nanocrafter key. We are going to craft some fuel.
Oh boy.
Great.
Oh,
This interface allows you to pick a recipe and run it in the background to produce simple products. On the left is a selection area to pick a recipe. You currently have just a few ingredients, which allow a limited set of recipes. Now click on nitron fuel to select its recipe. This window shows you the necessary ingredients, which you just retrieved from the dispenser. Simply click on Add to Queue to start producing a batch of 100 liters of nitron fuel.
Yeah, it does.
Fantastic. Your job is now in the queue and a batch of nitron will be ready in a few seconds. That will be all for this short introduction. There is of course more to know, and you can go to the Industry Institute to go through the specialized tutorials. Let's close this window. In general, crafting jobs will continue in the background, and you will get notifications when jobs are completed. Okay, now let's learn about building, and how you can use all these materials and elements to create amazing constructs. Turn to the station on your right. This bizarre construction in front of you is called a construct. It is a mix of deployed voxel materials used to sculpt a shape, and deployed elements to make it functional. To create a construct, you start by deploying a core unit, highlighted here. It will create a building zone, within which you will be allowed to build. Core units come in different sizes and specializations, static cores for ground buildings, dynamic cores for ships or anything that moves, and space cores for space stations. Once you have created your building zone, you can start to deploy matter, as voxel honeycomb materials, or voxels for short. You have a large palette of tools and materials to help you sculpt absolutely anything you like, regardless of shape or complexity. Finally, you can add elements to your construct, in the form of engines, doors, lights, fuel tanks, or any of the hundreds of available elements that provide functionality to your builds.
That's cool.
Building is a vast subject. It is advised to go through the various building tutorials located inside the Construction Institute. Note that the building you are currently in, as well as all the other buildings outside,
It's a
are
playoff.
entirely made with the same building tools. As I mentioned, you can also build space or atmospheric ships. Now, follow the waypoint to the next station. This is a surface speeder, a cheap and convenient
Okay,
ground
that's what that
atmospheric
is.
vehicle.
Okay.
It allows you to move around planet surfaces. You'll be gifted one at the end of this tutorial.
Wow.
Everything in this speeder is functional and plays a role in making it work. Let's quickly review its different elements. Here are the hover engines, which help the speeder float above the ground. These extra small atmospheric engines are used for propulsion and moving forward. They require fuel, taken from this atmospheric fuel tank. Adjusters are small elements used to create rotational forces and help balance your ship. You also need brakes to be able to slow down. And finally, you need a piloting seat to be able to fly it. Activating this piloting seat activates the ship, which is how you take control of it. All these elements are orchestrated via a Lua script that is generated automatically for you. But you can also modify it via a right-click menu on the piloting seat to create absolutely any kind of control you like. Note that piloting in the atmosphere of a planet or in outer space can be very different, and involves different types of engines and design. Gravity may ground you if you have a heavy cargo on a high-gravity planet, while it won't matter in the dark. Piloting is an art, a subtle interplay between your piloting skills and the craftsmanship of the ship designer. You can learn more about piloting in the dedicated tutorials in the Piloting Institute. Piloting is not only about navigating your ship, but will often also involve combat. Look up at the fighter above your head. I've
Hey, that
highlighted
wasn't
the
there
weapons
before.
that are equipped on this small ship. There are many more types of weapons, ammunition, and damage types. Each has a specific role. This is a small fighter, but you can also build giant battleships with a crew of hundreds of people, each assigned to a particular task. There is much
Wow.
more to discover about combat, so you should definitely visit the Military Institute to know more. Now, let's go to the last station and learn about organizations. Follow the waypoint. Organizations are a fundamental part of your social life as a Novian. They are groups that you can join, covering things like nations, corporations, alliances, or even group of pirates. Let's have a quick look at the organization interface. Open it by pressing the organization key. As you can expect, you are not part of any organization yet. Let's click the search button to find out what are the currently existing organizations. You can search through this list, focusing on open organizations,
Wow.
which are recruiting, or sorting by member
1 to
numbers
16
and or
members.
language. To apply for an organization, you need to open its details page. Click on the name of any of the listed organizations to open its details page.
The biggest got 1,647. Wow.
In this window, you can see a summary of relevant information regarding this organization. This area will allow you to apply to join this organization, along with a place to write a quick introduction. Joining an organization can be a considerable boost for your new life as a Novian. Choose wisely. You can also decide to create your organization from scratch, even if this is a little bit more advanced. For example, managing an organization involves legates and members, rules, voting, and management of rights. This is something you will discover later. You can now close the organization interface. Excellent. You have covered the basics. Now, let's move to the next step and talk about talents. Follow the waypoint.
There's a lot to this game.
Open the talent window by pressing the talent key. Talents define your character abilities. They are grouped into categories that are displayed all around your avatar in this window.
Industry.
Here, for example, is the mining and inventory group.
Mining
Click on
inventory.
it. Excellent. On the left is the list of categories that correspond to this group. Click on the Inventory Manager category. Each category hosts several talents. Select the Nanopack Upgrades talent that just appeared under Inventory Manager.
What? Yeah, I just did that. Yeah. What's going on? I think it broke. I think I broke the tutorial. Was it? Chef page up.
Excellent. On the left is the list of categories that correspond to this group. Click on the Inventory Manager category. Each category hosts several talents. Select the Nanopack Upgrades talent that just appeared under Inventory Manager. Talents can be upgraded from level 1 up to level 5 by spending talent points. Each level acquired boosts a certain characteristic, described just below its name. For example, here the Nanopack upgrades help to increase the size of the inventory by 200 liters for each talent level acquired. The amount of talent points you currently have is displayed on the top of the screen. Talent points, shown here, accumulate at a slow rate even when you are offline.
Oh, that's
The
cool.
Invest Points button allows you to instantly train a particular talent. You need to have enough points for the talent you are aiming for. To accumulate points more quickly, queue a talent. Queuing boosts considerably how quickly you gain talent by increasing the accumulation rate. Let's train the first level of Nanopack upgrades. Press the queue talent button.
I want to check. I don't know if it's my back's bad or not. The sun's still messing up 4 days later. I want to check 6 and 7. Sorry.
I'm gonna have to do this. Yeah, unplug my sound cable.
Sound like that.
No, it's good. I have it plugged in because I always use headphones.
Oh, okay. Sorry to bug you. I just want to know if it's my box is bad or what. Because if it's the box, I have to take it back.
What's this cable?
The sound will click on for a second when you get it on, and then it'll go off right away.
Let's see which cable. What's this cable?
Okay, try.
Sound works.
Oh, turn your TV up. I can hear it. Okay, now try 6.
Oh yeah, I have to do this for the son.
Use their ballots. That's according to United States.
Given that she never lies.
What the fuck? It's my cable box.
Just keep it up an eye.
Unless you can look at check the picture.
Hey, not bad. Okay, let's see what I got do. Oh, I did that, and
As you can see, the selected talent now displays in the. See how the acquisition rate is much faster during active learning. Queue talents also train when you are offline. So, make sure to always have a filled queue that spans a long duration. If the queue ends when you are not online, you will fall back to the slow talent point accumulation rate. Take your time to review the existing talents, and think about how you want to plan them out. You can become hyper-specialized, or decide to be a jack of all trades.
that's cool.
When you're at this point, you may be overwhelmed by the number of interfaces and their shortcuts.
Oh, wow.
Thankfully, you don't have to remember all that. Let's
like
enter
how
into
he
free
picked.
mouse mode by pressing the free mouse key. The menu on the left is a quick access to the interfaces. And since your mouse is now free, you can simply click on them. Note that you can also select the tools in your toolbar, and interact with many more menus and options in this mode. For example, the notification icon in the lower right part of the screen, which you can now access.
Oh, wow. I'd
An
be
excellent
like,
reference
they
is the
can't build,
codecs.
or they can only.
You also
Renewable
have
constructs
access to the
are
windowed
awful.
codecs that you can resize
I
and
like
move.
that.
Click on the windowed codecs button. You can browse many topics in the menu here. Normally when you leave the free mouse mode, temporary windows are closed. Not the windowed codecs. It can be helpful to pin some help content on the side, while you are
Wow.
performing the actions described in it. To close this window, as we need the screen space. To do so, click again on the windowed codecs menu.
Okay. It's an actual JSON. Wow. Use Lua and JSON. Nice. I like that.
Another source of help are hints. Hints will appear regularly on the right of the screen, depending on your actions. I've triggered a hint for you right now. You can always find them in the hint window, or by pressing the hint key, so you will never miss one. Okay. Now, close the free mouse mode and return to the 3D view. Let's discover a great activity that is available to you right from the start. Go through the large exits, down the stairs, to the waypoint. Welcome to the Surrogate VR stations. Here you can control a remote robot in VR telepresence. This is a fantastic way to discover other locations and learn about the possibilities offered in this world. Perhaps you can visit a large organization headquarters, or play tourist in extraordinary places. Here is the way it works. You can enter a VR station by activating it. You can then select a destination site, among those that are public and are made accessible to you. You take control of a robot that awaits in a distant pod. Anyone can
that's
deploy
cool.
a pod in their cars. However, as a robot, your capacities are limited, so this is just a way to visit an area remotely. It is not a teleport. These are fake stations, you cannot use them. But I will show you the real one on the way out, a bit later. If you look around, you may have noticed those buttons with a question mark on them. They are info buttons. They are great. The information closes automatically, or you can close it yourself with a cancel key. Another powerful way to discover things by yourself is to use the helper system. To use it, simply point at anything in the world, or in the user interface, and press the helper key. Good, let's continue. The next important thing to learn about is the notion of rights. Everything you own can be shared with others, but by default are only accessible by you. For example, try to deactivate the highlight on the left. You can do it by pointing at it and pressing the interaction key, and let's see what happens. You received an action forbidden message, element did not share it with you. This is actually how you can make your construct secure against intruders. Now, in the same way, try to activate the left button. Again, you don't have the right to activate it. Now instead, this time it worked. You can control the light by pressing this button. To set up an element's rights in a simple way, you can use the right-click menu on an element that you own. Here, you can access the Share Element, or Share Construct options, in the Construct submenu. These will allow you to grant rights to others. You can now close this menu by pressing the Escape key, or simply. A much more complex system is available for advanced management. It allows for fine-tuned rights control, in particular for organizations. You can share whole constructs, manage specific types of rights, and create groups of people with certain abilities. If you want to find out more, try the rights management tutorial. Let's move on. Deactivate the force. Very good. To continue our visit, go down to the lower level, using the elevator at the end of the room. On both sides of this corridor, you will find resurrection nodes. Drawing on the consequences of the Everett interpretation of quantum mechanics, we were able to design a technology that preserves your state of consciousness across multiple realities. We control the multiverse, in order to branch you onto a version of reality where you happen to respawn, here on one of these platforms, whenever you die. So, you cannot really die. There is always a version of the universe in the multiverse where you wake up, here. Beware that when you die, your inventory will not be preserved, so don't take death too lightly. It's important to know that you can craft or buy your own resurrection nodes. You can then install them in your ship or in your home. When respawning, you will always appear at the nearest active resurrection node, so in general you won't always end up here in this room. Alright, we are now almost ready to exit the starting hub. The last step is to left and right are demonstration versions of two of the most popular UEF hovercraft speeders. These ground vehicles are extremely efficient to quickly navigate the surface of a planet, and you will need one during the first steps of your journey. Distances are real. Transportation is a necessity. You will need to get a blueprint to acquire these speeders. Each of the highlighted dispensers will grant you the blueprint of the speeder next to them. Get one of them by activating the dispenser. You can pick your favorite, or the blueprint is now in your inventory. We will run it later. The blueprint, you have to have all of its components. You can also create your own blueprints when you want to save a copy of what you've built. This is also how you can mass produce your creations and sell them. Blueprints are like intellectual property and can become very precious. That being said, this portion of the introduction is finished. Look around you. This room is a small museum showing many elements and materials that you may want to learn about. Welcome to the outside world. In front of you is a large landing area where many ships come and go. Let's actually go to the other side. There we will find the market and the institutes. Follow the waypoint ahead of you. You can run by pressing the run modifier. You can also sprint at great speed by hovering above the ground thanks to your jetpack. Simply double tap the forward key. Try it now. Very good. Now, let's cross the landing pad. Great, we are now at the district's market. Let's buy a bit more fuel for our speeder. Head towards the waypoint and activate a market pod. This market pod interface is very similar to the nanomarket interface you see. Here again, you can see the different market orders for nitron fuel, with the current market's name appearing in orange. Since there are sell orders on this market for nitron, you can use the simplified instant buy option. Instant buy will pick the best offer on the market where you currently are. It is a very good method for beginners to easily buy something. Simply click on the local, enter a quantity here, like 10 liters. When you are ready, simply confirm your purchase with the confirm button. Congratulations! On the left side is your current inventory. On the right side is the market container. Here you can see the nitron you just purchased. Note that if you want to put a sell order on something, you can simply drag and drop it from your inventory to the market container. A quicker option is to use the local instant sell window, that will try to get you the best price on offer on the local market. Now, to get your fuel, simply drag and drop the nitron from the market container to your inventory.
I did that.
Great. You are now an accomplished trader. Before we go to the Institute Plaza, let's have a look at the connected surrogate VR stations, just behind you. Follow the waypoint. I invite you to come back here at the end of this tutorial, and activate any of these surrogate VR stations. You will be presented with a list of incredible sites to visit, anywhere in the world, through a remote-controlled robot. You can sort them by the number of recent visitors, to see the most popular first. This is a great way to discover what is possible here. Let's now go in the direction of the plaza, but follow the waypoint to the district teleporters first. In front of you are teleporters that grant you instant access to any of the 10 districts around the Arkship. Each of these districts is identical to the one you are currently in, but Novians will start their journey in any one of them at random. You can use these teleporters to quickly reach a particular market, or to meet with friends on another district. Now, let's follow the waypoint to one of the most important places of this district, the Institute Plaza, just at the top of the stairs.
I'm number 1. Loading. Loading was counting down. Come on. $55. So these are basically solvers. There's a lot to this game. I'm still in the tutorial. And I installed the game basically. Number 1 is me. Oh wait. When does the tutorial end? So laptop mouse, hello, it's still connected. Huh? What'd I do? Oh. Yes, you can move pretty fast. Wait. Huh? I just noticed where I am. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. Well, am I for my tutorial? I messed up. How do I tell what institute I'm supposed to be at? Don't know what I'm supposed to be. Um, Look that way. Tell me go south for me, like almost 10 kilometers. What, tell me go down here? I don't know where I gotta be.
In front of you is a map of the. In front of you are teleporters that grant you instant access to any of the 10 districts around the Ark ship. Each of these districts is identical to the one you are currently in, but Novians will start their journey in any one of them at random. You can use these teleporters to quickly reach a particular market, or to. Now, let's follow the waypoint. In front of you is a map of the plaza, with the different institute buildings. There is an institute for each core activity. Go and visit them after we are done. They are fantastic ways to discover the many possibilities that are offered to you. Also, each of them hosts teleporters to interactive tutorials on mining, piloting, building, market operations, industry, etc. Note that this district is not unique. As we saw just before, there are 10 similar districts around the Ark ship. Each Alioth district is also paired with a similar district on the Sanctuary Twin Moon. So, you will find plenty of opportunities to get back to the institutes and tutorials wherever you are. Finally, let's get to the last step of our introduction, the Twin Moon Shuttle service. Follow the waypoint. Now turn left and follow the waypoint again. Here we are. The button in front of you calls a free Sanctuary Moon Shuttle service. This shuttle will connect you to a similar district on the Sanctuary Twin Moon. As soon as this introduction is over, I will guide you to get there. Then you can claim a tile for yourself using the Sanctuary Territory unit you collected earlier. Let's take a look at the shuttle on your right. At this stage, you may not want to deploy your speeder blueprint. If you do it here, on Alioth, you will have to dismantle it to redeploy it again on the Sanctuary Twin Moon. To learn how to dismantle a speeder, you should go to the building tutorial in the Building Institute. You should instead keep your blueprint ready to deploy when you are on the Sanctuary Twin Moon. You will need it to travel to and claim a free tile. Remember, to deploy your speeder blueprint, simply double-click on it in your inventory. Alright. That's it. You should now be prepared for the incredible adventure ahead of you. I will always be near you to help if you need it. Remember to visit the tutorials, discover the beauty of the world with surrogate stations, and learn more by using the codex and the institutes.
Finally. I don't need to take any more tutorial.
Just one more thing. I'll put some broad objectives for you in the upper left of the screen. These are suggestions of milestones.